guys, first up, I know what most of you are probably thinking, who the hell are Unión Adarve and Rápido de Bouzas? Now I've decided this year, and I mentioned this in the previous video, that I was going to try and drop down the leagues, is partly because of time and money constraints, but also because I kind of like to get to know some new clubs, visit some new stadiums and discover some new stories that I would never be able to discover otherwise. And as a result, you would never be able to hear about otherwise either. So today I'm heading along to see Unión Adarve. It's a club that was formed in 1992 as a result of a merger of two previous clubs from the Barrio del Pilar, which is a neighbourhood in the north of Madrid. Now they're a part-time team. They've spent the majority of their existence in the local leagues, but they've really flourished in the last few years, and what they've achieved has actually been pretty incredible, because they're a tiny team. This is their first year that they've ever been in the Segunda B, which is the third tier in Spain, and I was reading an article the other day which said that, you know, they never even considered it an objective to get to this level. So as I said, they've done really well in the last few years in the third division, so it's the fourth tier. I think they've been in the playoffs for, the last season was the fourth time they finished in the playoffs in the last 5 years, and they finally managed to win promotion last year. So their success has been attributed to their head coach, is a guy called Victor Thea, who has implemented a very professional, very meticulous approach. I think their highest earner, I was reading, earns €400 a month, and most of them are playing for free. So the neighbourhood they're from is, as I said, in the north of Madrid. It's not actually that far away from the city centre. You can get line 10 to Metro Station Begoña, and it's about a 5 or 10 minute walk from there. Their opponents today are Rápido de Bouzas, who are from Vigo, the city of Vigo in Galicia. Now there's a reason that they're not particularly well known, and that's because they've never really been very high up in the Spanish football pyramid, at least not recently anyway. They did win a second tier title back in the 1920s, but since then they've spent most of their time in the lower leagues, and by lower leagues I mean the fourth tier and below. So they were also promoted via the playoffs last year, and this is the first time they're playing in the second division B as well since it was formed. So Rapido have made a pretty rapid start. They've taken 9 points from the first 9 available. 3 single goal victories leaves them top of the table. Unión Adarve on the other hand, they have taken just 2 points from the first 9. So that means today I could be witnessing history. This could be Unión Adarve's first ever victory in the Spanish Segunda B. Can they do it? Let's go and find out. So here we are at the Polideportivo Vicente del Bosque, named after, well, Vicente del Bosque. It's a little bit different from the Bernabeu, I'll have to say. It's about 10 minutes to go to kick off. I'm about to get sprayed, I think, by the sprinkler. So just walked all the way around the back of the dressing rooms to get into the stand. I'm not sure we call it a stand, but what we do have is absolutely packed. Just in case you hadn't noticed, you'll see the view of the pitch is dominated by the Cuatro Torres, which is Spanish for the 4 towers, very imaginatively named, which is kind of one of the symbols of Madrid's business district. So there's offices here, and I think there's a hotel as well. So if you want to do a tactical analysis of the game, get yourself a hotel room up there. It's actually amazing to think this is the same league, or the same level at least, as Real Mallorca. So I went there in May, I think it was. They've got a 30,000 seater stadium, played in the Champions League not very long ago, won the Copa del Rey as well. It's crazy. technical stinker at half-time. My video at half-time, it didn't record, so I'm doing it here. You'll just have to imagine that there are 4 towers behind me. I should have printed out a picture of it and stuck it to the wall or something. Anyway, it was 1-1 at half-time. Rápido de Bouzas took the lead. Poor defending from a long throw allowed a finish from close range. Unión Adarve did equalise pretty quickly, and you'll see the goal on camera. And they ended the game ended the half, sorry, I should say, in the ascendancy. Dominated possession. Their tactics were kind of strange. They were trying to play it from the back at times, but they were also hitting the ball forward early at times as well. You know, they weren't just hopeless punts forward. They were tactically aiming to get 2 against 1 and get the flick-ons for the supporting runners. It's something that didn't work that well, I have to say, but they were more threatening at the end of the half. Rápido de Bouzas were occasionally dangerous on the counter-attack before half-time, and the linesman was getting absolutely pelted from the fans for not flagging a few offside decisions. I think the linesman on the opposite side got a really sweet deal. There's absolutely nobody behind him at all. Anyway, I wonder what's going to happen in the second half.
Vamos.
Controversy. Goal disallowed for a push. I'm not sure myself. Linesman's getting more abuse. There he is,
No vas a pitar una, macho. ¿Cómo está? Le falta tener eso.
Full-time 1-1, I cannot believe that. I did not see that coming at half-time. Now, how Unión Adarve didn't win that game, I really do not know. Now, they didn't create that many chances, but they were absolutely dominant from start to finish in the second half. They got the ball down on the deck much more than they did in the first half. I was actually really impressed with a lot of their play. They tried to make the pitch really big and playing it out from the back. Even the goalie was getting involved. He thought he was Maradona. It was a joy to watch, but they just couldn't quite click in the final third and couldn't get a winner. The Rápido de Bouzas offered absolutely nothing at all going forward. I don't think they had a single effort on goal in the second half. So yeah, it really should have been a home victory. Anyway, really great first experience in the Segunda B. As you'll have seen, it's a really quaint little ground. I'm not sure I'd even call it a ground, but the fans were quite boisterous, and you know, having them all packed together, I think actually worked in their favour. In fact, you know, all the noise was kind of coming from the same area, so it was actually a really good crack. I didn't actually mention this before, but entrance to the game was actually free. Now, Unión Adarve advertised this on Twitter, saying that a season ticket was free. Now, I don't know if that was their choice or if in fact it's because the stadium or the ground is owned by the Madrid City Council, which I read somewhere. So I think they actually can't charge supporters to enter, because I think it's not their ground. Anyway, doesn't matter. Free game of football, absolute bargain. Time to get down to business with the quiz question. So the quiz question from last week was: the Estadio Santiago Bernabéu was the first football stadium to do what? Followed by the Stadio Olimpico in Rome, the Olympiastadion in Munich, the Stade de France and Wembley. And the answer was, it was the first football stadium to host both World Cup and European Championship finals. Now, as for this week, today I was at the Polideportivo Vicente del Bosque, so my question is about him. Vicente del Bosque is the only manager in history to have achieved what? Vicente del Bosque is the only manager in history to have achieved what? If you think you know the answer, leave a comment below. Also, please let me know if you've enjoyed this drop down the leagues. I definitely have, and it's something I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing more of. Remember, as always, to subscribe to the Team on Tour on YouTube. There is a subscribe button down in the right hand corner of this video. And remember to follow me on Facebook, on Twitter and on Instagram as well. So thanks again for watching and see you all again soon.